Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested and ready to begin your day. It's your daily insight on life and love for September 20th, 2021. Also timeless, so wherever you're catching it in time, it might be relevant for you. Stick around, see what's up. And if you want to book a session, because your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in depth, and intense, go ahead and reach out in the email address or find me on the social platforms and DM me. Let's see what's going on. So I got back into the daily insight on tarot and daily tarot and oracle, daily insight on life and love, but I didn't do it for the weekend, which I had really wanted to. The reason why I did not do it was because Friday was my birthday and I didn't record it beforehand because I was way too tired, but just know that that's actually going to be something that happens. I will be recording for the weekend and I will be putting it out. So I really want to expand on that again. I've missed it terribly, and now that my kids are back in school, I now have the time and availability to do it. So thank you for being patient. So what do you need to know for September 20th, 2021? Also being timeless moving forward. Somebody is not being very truthful. And I feel like it's because they're worried about hurting somebody. Okay. Yeah. Okay, something has not been growing. Somebody is not opening up about something that they should open up, that either they don't care or they don't have something to even say to it. There's just no talking. But that's also, I think, the karmic, oh, okay. They don't want to talk about it because they don't want to see the letdown or the hurt in somebody. It feels like a letdown. I do feel like something is parting ways and something is ready to move on. Something hasn't been growing, and there has this huge feeling of being let down, and it's not being addressed because it's an issue with looking somebody in the eye while parting ways on this. Okay. The thing is, nobody's going to be that upset. The confrontation is the issue of this between the parties. It's not very grounded. They don't really trust each other on this. They don't want to be talked out of it. They don't want empty promises. They just want to move on. That's what this is. They don't want to feel bad about it. They just want to move on, and confronting it is actually going to make everybody involved feel bad. Some things are better left unsaid in this instance, it looks like, which is unfortunate. I'm a big believer in say what you need to say. You know, it's better to say too much than not to say anything at all. But in this case, it's saying, listen, just cut your losses. Just let it go. So, let's see. You're not going to be manipulated. They're not going to be manipulated. Nobody's going to be dealing with the trauma on this. And there's a lot that's going to be happening that is going to be better moving forward. Some of you are just going to simply ghost. Now, this might be a romantic prospect. This might be family, friends, even a job opportunity. Somebody's just not picking up the phone. But I see something coming in very quickly to overfill this cup. You're overqualified for it, I feel. There's nothing that needs to be taught. There's nothing that needs to be sold. Like, you don't need to sell yourself. You don't, and in a very figurative way. I'm not talking about anything illegal here. You don't need to prove why something has to happen. I see that this is going to be something that is just initially given. All right, so, okay, here these are. Actually, I want the healing with the angels. So by not confronting this, by just kind of letting it fade away, what's the deal? Oh, I'm a big believer in writing down your dreams and looking into them, because it's, you know, it's our subconscious. It's dreams work in 3 parts. It takes everything that you've experienced, and then it starts breaking it down, and based off of how much you have done as far as mental and emotional growth and how you handle things and how you are going to be handling things, this is where you can expect to go. So it precogs like the next steps, and it also shows you your internal workings. And then everything else, it just kind of, it's the disposal. So it works in those 3 parts. Start writing down your dreams. The important part behind this is, even though it probably won't make sense as you actively think about it, like you might be having the most outlandish dreams, when you write it down and you look into the symbology of it and how it makes you feel in the dream, it'll start to tell you the story about what's going on with you and what you can expect. I love it. And it also reveals a lot of things that we don't actively think about. But the main thing is it's going to start to show you what to pay attention to and what's going to be coming in. So, all right, writing down the dreams, that's wonderful. I also feel like you've probably been dreaming about new people coming in and new projects underway. Now that can show up as something that deals with some sort of fertility or some sort of I don't know, something leaving the body. Your individual storyline is going to be very unique. So I think that this is going to show what is emerging out of the ashes of whatever it was that you experienced. Yeah, new beginnings. Oh, so what's this? Serenity. I also want this one. What's this? Children. Very nice. Something about you is healing. I do feel like you are actively healing. Ooh, sorry about that. That was an earthquake. My knee just hit the desk. I do feel like you have or you're healing childhood wounds. For instance, you know, a lot of us have, you know, maternal and authoritative issues from the usual parental archetypes. But we don't always have those classic archetypes. So whoever the authoritative figure was or the nurturing caregiver was, I feel the sneeze coming on. Thank you. Whoever those were, you are healing those internal wounds and you are filling in that void yourself. So this is, you know, really happening in a new beginning in your life. And it might actually be very anticlimactic. So you might just, you know, wake up one day and just not have this certain expression that you normally would have. You might not be as on edge, but you may have been facing a lot of those on edge moments recently. For God's sakes, I just snapped at somebody in my life for, you know, minor inconvenience, and it was totally out of character. Obviously, you apologize and you address the situation with them, but and I totally did that. I addressed it and I apologized. But it's all leading up to what seems to be this balancing. And trust me, I'm not making excuses for my actions. It's just, this is what you kind of can expect. So the healing in this, the healing of the child wound, what issues are you being faced with? What memories are you being faced with? Who are you dreaming of from the past, whether they're alive or they're crossed over? These tend to be little things that are bubbling up, and it's in some way, shape, or form connected to those wounds that you are healing. So while this is great and you're at a new beginning and you are wonderfully healing, oh my God, I am so glad that the healing is taking place, because you just, not everybody actually follows through with it. Not everybody does. They can just decide to completely shut it off, turn away from everything. And I saw somebody do that. But you, I see that you are actually sitting with it and you're picking it apart, which is so great. It's uncomfortable, but it's so great that you're doing it. What do you need to watch out for as you're doing this? Because aside from the giving up, what else could go wrong? What else could trip you up? Let's look. I'm getting 2 decks, so I'm going to be, focusing on that. All right, this is going to be a temptation. Don't do it. Hold off on this temptation until, either a later date, because it might just be an active impulse to get rid of whatever it is, to get rid of everything, to throw out everything. And it's not going to help. It's not going to help the situation. It's not going to be the switch that turns everything on and off. It's it's actually I want to say almost like a trauma response. So to hold off on that response, it's obviously if you have support, awesome, work with the support. I actually want you to seek out that support too. But instead of doing that impulsive, we're gonna throw it all away, blah, 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 I'm going to block all of these people. Sit with your urge to get rid of it, pick it apart, because it does feel like a trauma response, and it's not going to give you the results you want. It might give you that, you know, that initial feeling of, I don't know, dopamine, but it's not going to last, and then there'll be that remorse. I'm not saying that that's going to be the case for you, but I want you to watch out for it. This is telling you, be mindful, don't just throw everything away. What's this? What? Oh, treasure chest. An unforeseen windfall of abundance. Again, going with impulse. While you don't want to throw everything away, don't do any impulsive actions, spending, purchases, and impulsive actions in relationships. Now, I'm not demanding what you do with your life. I'm just telling you to pay attention to this, because it's might be a point where you over idealize somebody's characteristics while marginalizing or completely overlooking something that needs work or a potential red flag. It's time for you to really sit with yourself. This self-employment. Don't isolate yourself. Don't shut off the world. These are really important things. It's finding your flow. I don't know about you. I really do enjoy my alone time, what little of it I do get. But that's not for everybody. This is saying, know the difference between alone time and self-isolation. So mother healing is coming in. Now, again, not everybody has the classic archetypes, the mother-father roles. I just really want to call it the more nurturing caregiver. This is a coping tool that has been brought on by some sort of issue with the nurturing caregiver in your life. It might be coming from a place of lack where you have had to self-soothe more than was healthy for you. Yeah, you're dealing with a lot of issues of worthiness and exploring your options. You're not stuck. You're not. And it's not a point of you spreading yourself so thin that you say yes to everything. You really have the ability to put your focus and energy in something and put it great. It's not an act of disassociation or distraction. It's about channeling all of those feelings into some sort of project that is going to be productive for you on a mental, emotional, and spiritual level. So what are your options? And this might be actually really important for you to write down. The worthiness. I think that part of why you would want to simplify your life or throw everything away is because it has like that agitated feeling of like, I don't even want it. This isn't me. I don't deserve this. I don't want this. This isn't who I am. Whatever your storyline is. Again, I feel like that's more impulse and trauma response than anything. So sit with that, but also the treat yourself mentality. That's really great sometimes, but be very careful of your impulsiveness right now. We have stress management. And again, I am going to bring up the fact that I snapped at, not my kids, another adult recently over something minor. And I know that it was these little buildups of things I wasn't addressing in myself. And I caught myself doing it, and I totally apologized, and I was genuine about it. How are you managing your stress? Are you doing what you think you should be doing but doesn't feel right or well for you, but you're doing it anyways? Or are you not handling it all and you're just detaching from your feelings? Pay attention to how you are handling your stresses. And the bottom of the deck, we have speak your truth. Communication is of major importance. Even if you don't have the words right now, it's important to even say that. I know how that sounds, but there's a lot of emotional eruption right now, especially around this Piscean energy. Pisces is water. It is known for being emotionally rich. You are not out of your right to talk, to demand yourself be heard. Your emotions are very real. They're very valid. Whether or not it's something that is actively happening in your physical reality or it's something that you're projecting into it, it has the same validation because it's coming from a triggering point. And your mind, your body, spirit is not letting you bypass it anymore. It's not letting you tuck it away for, later illness. It's putting it out for you right now to fully address. So this is a major important time. I know that you feel like you would probably be on the precipice of a breakdown with this. I get it. But you are safe in this. You are safe in communicating what you don't understand about what's going on right now. There's not an attack that's going on with you. It's not an attack. Nobody's attacking you unless they actually are, and you have blatant evidence of that. I feel like it's a highly emotional time where you need to be aware that when somebody is responding, it is not always going to be an attack. And I want you to be mindful of that. And again, I'm not marginalizing anything that you could be feeling. This communication, it does leave you coming out through this with a better understanding, a better sense of control, and a better sense of power and channeling where you are putting this. So it is breaking things down into manageable boxes. I don't know, it's compartmentalizing. So what do you have to look forward to aside from the growth that is happening from this, and aside from the opportunity that comes out of this? I want to see what you have to look forward to, and I want to use, where do I want to use? No. Hold on. No. What do I want to use? Excuse me. I just totally hiccuped. Sorry. No, it's not this deck. What deck do I want to use? Okay, so it's going to be 2. That's why nothing felt right. It's going to be 2. I want to use this deck first. So the bottom of this is Emotional Vampires. Oh my God. Please. I want you to actually, in this moment or after the video, I want you to sit there, put your focus inward. Yeah, just all like that. And I really want you to demand your energy back. I want you to actively say these words, and you might feel stupid in doing it. I don't care. It's going to be practice. And trying something new always makes people feel kind of funky. I want you to actually say, I call back all of my energy that people have been draining me from or taking from me without my consent. I call back my energy from anybody and anything who has been taking it without my consent. You're gonna see some really interesting things happen, because when you call your energy back, it's no longer going to whoever was taking it. So it might actually have people attempt to or actively reach out to you, but then you'll be seeing who's doing it, and then you can put in that nice little boundary, or that nice little wall, or that nice little F off. I said what I said. But yeah, you're gonna be calling out those energy vampires, those sparkly little vampires. Your authenticity is showing. It's good. It really is. What's on the other side of this is you being able to be more in the present moment and not feeling so chaotic. And I feel a sense of calm coming over you. I see you seeing your reality very clearly and the projection of where it's going really clearly. I don't want any more from this one. I want one from this. 1 second. What is this? Admit your true feelings to yourself. You are, yes. There is a lot about how we show up in response to who's taking our energy, our conditioning from the previous years. And since you are healing from that, what I'm seeing in this is a huge sense of calm, completely overwhelming your energy field, your personhood. And I see that there will be a new aspect of you revealed. It's calm, it's centered, it's wise, it's knowing, it has a better sense of self-control. And I just see that you're going to be able to start to be very assured in what it is that you do want, what it is that you do like, and what you do call into your experience. And there's also a point of just letting everything else go that doesn't belong in that. And that's where it's not the impulsive throwing everything out, the impulsive purging of everything. It's simply letting it go to wherever it needs to go. Letting it gather its own rope that was connected to you and letting it dissolve from your power. So this is actually very empowering. I love it. I love it for you. And I think that it's a very sobering time to just be very honest and raw with yourself about what it is that you do feel. I don't know, I'm going back to the beginning of this with this sense of playful and joyfulness and worthiness that is you. So on the other side of all of this, your likely result of this, as if there needs to be more, is we have change, we have feelings of being left out. Yeah. Those people aren't going to be reaching out to you anymore. And I think that it actually might be interesting who's no longer banging down your door, or vice versa. But that's you balancing the scales. Anything that is exhausting or getting your energy anxious, that's what you're going to be feeling this sense of void from. But it's not as painful as you would think. It's just the change that needs to happen. And look, I see new commitments coming into play. I see new faith. I see new passion. I see, if this is a relationship, if this is like love, then you are going to have a lot of fulfillment, a lot of emotional and physical, even spiritual fulfillment. I feel like things are really falling into line. If this is another connection in your life, I see that these are people who are very like-minded like you. So it's like the energy feeds off of each other and it's very driven. And if this is something work or lifestyle related, I see that this is going to involve faith, commitments, contracts, and passion and drive. So it feels really good. Whatever the hardship is, isn't a hardship. It is a sense of, well, that sucks. But you want to know what? I feel better. I feel relieved. I feel better. And it feels kind of fragile because that emotional intensity that was coming from it, it was long-standing. So we have the light at the end of the rainbow here. The swords are starting to fall out of your back. I feel like you can breathe again. Yeah, you're moving on to healing. So you're gonna have something that is very plentiful in your cup, very lifelike. I feel like it's rejuvenation. It has that very, spiritual, even Jesus-like aspect, like the Jesus fish here. I don't care what your faith or religion is. It doesn't matter to me. It's not about that. It's about you and having a cup that's overflowing with something that is substantial in your path and faith. And then we have nurturing, grounding, compassionate, and focus. And I feel like this is the maternal and the nurturing issues completely repaired by you. So I know this sounds silly. Come on. I really want you to imagine these aspects of yourself and those sense of unworthiness in your life. And I want you to sit and hug and hold that younger version of yourself and just love on it like you would want this, this nurturing feeling, the motherly, the nurturing, the caregiving. Again, I'm taking away the gender. I know I just said motherly, but it's like, it's a comparison I can make towards it. I do not care about the gender, but just love on it like you have sought out that love, because it is coming from you, repairing it with those younger aspects of self. So this is beautiful and it's healing, and I'm really looking forward to this for you. Again, your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in depth, and intense. So if you have questions about booking a session, what it involves, and what other services I provide, reach out in the email address or find me on the social platforms and DM me. So I know that you're feeling a lot of waves right now. Embrace it. And if you snap at somebody like I did, again, I still feel really terrible about that. Apologize. And also, when somebody apologizes to you, that is also something that you need to see if you're willing to accept or not. I'm sending you a ton of love, and until next time, stay safe, have fun, and know that you are greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. Good morning, beautiful. I need you to know something. You know how you strike a match on the side of the box? I tried to almost do it on the incense. That tells you where the day started off. Anyway, hi, how are you? If you are coming across this, we are going to be getting a message from Daily Guidance from your angels. So, depending on where you are in time, what is the message that you need to hear? The bottom of the deck is, what is it? Creative project? Awesome. That usually has an Empress type feeling, since it's creative and it's new and it's something that is confidence building in your power control. God, I was driving to the awareness shop yesterday. It's this metaphysical shop in New Paltz. It's behind some sort of a emergency vehicle, and it said Empress in the back. So, like, you know, in good nature, I got the lovers, but I also got the Empress. And I also got my card, which is the Emperor, because numerology wise, I'm a 22-4. But anyway, hey, all right, enough about me. Let's talk about the reading. Sorry about that. What do you want to do? All right, yeah, it's time for you to actually do what you want to do. This is the way that you actually give back. And for one of the best ways that people can know you and who you are, it's your soul song. So whatever your creative expression is, it's telling you that you actually need to embrace it and probably start something new. I met this really incredible individual who, you never would have guessed it, but they were really getting into pottery. Like, this was somebody who had this incredible hidden art talent. This is going to be something, this is one of your many acts of service. So whatever this is, it's going to be cathartic, therapeutic, and a really unique expression of you. But also it's urging you to do that. What do you want? How is this going to express you? I feel like there's been a lot of suppression with you potentially recently, but Spirit is saying that that's no longer going to be a possibility. This is going to open up a few channels for you. When you get closer to your creativity, you get closer to your divine nature. And when you're in your divine nature, you're in the flow state. So opening up that channel for you, believe me, you're going to be opening up a lot more things coming your way by default, and it feels really good. So whatever that means for you specifically as a creative endeavor, embrace it. I want to see what it is. So once you find out what that is, go ahead and send me a DM. Or if you have questions about booking a session, send me a DM. Hey, gorgeous. If you are coming across this, let me adjust this. Hi. Now, we're going to be getting a message from the Wisdom of the Oracle. Bottom of the deck is Unfinished Symphony. Oh, it feels like something isn't over, but there's a new beginning here. So it doesn't feel like you got the closure that you needed in this. What is this involving? Yeah. I'm definitely not saying that you're overly emotional. I don't think any of that. You're not too much of anything in this one. I think that you're very compassionate. However, what you didn't get closure from, you're not going to get closure from, because it does not have the same emotional capacity that you do. And honestly, I don't feel like you're feeling that loss. I think that you're ready to just be done and over with in this circumstance. This actually might be you and moving on from a person in your life, or some sort of no-win situation. Yeah, it could be a no-win situation. But I see like action is being taken on your part. And then what's this? You're not going to get to the heart of the matter. If anything, staying around and trying to get that info from either that situation or that person is going to work in your detriment. No, you're ready to move on. This is what we're looking at here. You have all the information that you need to know that's going to set you in the right direction. There is nothing more that this situation or person can say or do that is going to give you any more insight on it. It's holding you back. You are in transition into what you do want to receive. But while you are not getting this feeling of closure, all right, so let's see advice with that, because, okay, we're going to get to where we want to go. This is holding us back. All right, so great. Let's, how do we, it can't just be like you shut it off. That feels like bypassing. No. You need to understand that it wasn't for you. Nothing about this person or this situation is going to make sense. So, it's going to be uncomfortable for a while. This is the situation where you're going to have to recognize that it's going to fade out. It's not going to be chunk by chunk work. It's just going to slowly devolve from your perspective, your point of view. It wasn't for you. And I know that sucks, because I feel like this was something that was emotionally intense and hopeful for you. But there was a lot hidden, and you're not going to uncover it. You uncovered what you needed to, and now it's going to be uncomfortable as you transition into this, but as you transition into what it is that you do want and deserve, it is going to fade. So this is a lot of laws of the universe at play, but it's going to be good. Hey, gorgeous. If you're coming across this, let's get a message from the saints and angels. Higher education is the bottom of this. So what do you need to know? Wow, this is really, the higher education is you really, and just trying to get some sort of an emotional gauge, or know your emotions, learn about yourself. This is dealing with mommy issues, or, the maternal nurturer, whoever the gender was, or whoever it was in your life. It's whoever the guardian who is the more nurturing. Anyways, so what this is talking about is there's a sense of lack that is coming from this issue. And this has got to be something that you restore in yourself. That is why the practice makes perfect. There's a lot of emotional healing that has to go into you. I think that you're not a much more. I don't think that you're bad in the first place. There's a lot of emotional sweetness or emotional healing that needs to come into play. I think that you're naturally a very sweet person, naturally very compassionate, giving. I think that you probably are, that kid on the playground who, was the mother hen to their friends, wherever you are in your life. I'm not saying that you're 5 years old on the playground right now, although, sometimes I feel like a 5-year-old on the playground, but that's neither here nor there. The emotional education comes through the healing. So it's an important time to learn about yourself, and also the blocks that were put in place by this present issue that you are being faced with. So I see a lot of ease and sweetness, restoration in your life. I see that you're becoming less angry. Anger is a very healthy emotion, and it's usually caused by hurt or fear. I want you to be very acknowledgeable about those aspects in yourself. So wherever that is coming from, I see that you are doing the remedying on that. And I see that this is getting you to a point where there's acceptance. And that's going to help you find peace in yourself and move on. It's going to have a lot of bumps. I'm telling you, the practice makes perfect. It is not a switch that flips. It is a constant road. It is a journey, but you're navigating it. So please be patient with yourself. You're learning stuff that you've been suppressed from for a while. But know that you also have support, and that this aspect of yourself is definitely worth retrieving. Hey there, beautiful. If you're coming across this, we are going with the Halloween Oracle. So the bottom of this is the Skull of Light Illumination. Interesting. Illumination of what? What's being illuminated? It brings me back to Aladdin. Okay, what is this? Jack-o'-lantern, protection, fortune meets opportunity, and let's see, the underworld, where all things pause and begin again. You wanna know what's going on right now? You're gonna find out why you did not get those opportunities in the past. You're going to find out why things didn't work out the way that you had hoped, and why underneath everything, rejection is divine protection. It feels like you've been shortchanged on something, and Spirit's like, trust me, you didn't dodge a bullet, you dodged a machine gun. It's gonna light it up. Something is being revealed, and you wanna know what? I love how it begins with this feeling of no new life, and it ends with this feeling of no new life. So this is the pause to reflect, and I really sincerely think that you are really able to let this go. So the fortune meets opportunity. I feel like that is the fork in the road, but I also feel like what brought you to the fork in the road is being looked at. So you have all of these people, all of these life events standing right behind you. You're looking back and you're taking a deep breath. Which road are you going to go down? And what aspects of your past are going to go on that journey with you? Are you going to continuously learn these harsh lessons that you've already learned, that are already deeply ingrained in you? Maybe it'll be different this time. No, do not gaslight yourself like that. What I see here is an unveiling of people's true nature. This might not be you, the true nature of people who you potentially held near and dear to your heart, their underlying motives, and also the underlying motives of particular situations. But I feel like it's going to be a very sobering smack on the face, really. Not literal, figurative. But use this and then make your choice. It feels relieving. So know that whatever it is, you're not going to screw this up. And you're going to see how you got out of all of these situations in the past, like the divinity of it. It's very cool, very exciting, and it's also third eye, mind-blowing. Hey, love. If you are coming across this, let's see what, which deck is this again? Healing with the Angels has to tell you. Body care. What about it? Original, innocent, meditation. Man, this healing process that is going amongst the collective, absolutely mind-blowing. New beginning. Use this full moon in Pisces energy on September 20th. By the way, I'm recording this on September 20th. So 3 days leading up to the 20th, 3 days after is the, what seems to be the doming time for that full moon. But use it. It's supposedly a very lucky moon. Yes, I'm into that stuff. What do you want? So we have new beginnings. Be very intentional with what that is. You have guardian angels who are watching you and guiding you every step of the way, and there are massive blessings. This reeks of absolute, beautiful, divine luck. Luck, law of attraction, reaping what you sow. You know, a lot of spiritual people are equating what's happening now to the new moon that was in Pisces on the other half of this year that just occurred. So a lot of intentions you're seeing the payoff of, but also it's telling you to set them and know what to release right now. Yeah, it is the full moon, but it's incredibly lucky. So a ton of blessings in hand. I feel like you are very in tune with your spirit guides, even as we speak. I feel like there's that internal navigation system that you've been really picking up on like never before. I want you to continue to trust that. It is beautiful, it is real, and you want to know what? You are definitely in tune with your particular path and your angels, and they're not standing there wondering, what the heck is this person doing? I feel like you're actually hitting a lot of milestones and are being cheered on. So pay attention to how something feels in your body. Like, where are you carrying this? That's, I think, the most important thing, because you're getting a lot of, you can probably hear the dogs outside. There's a lot of, feels like anchors or spidey senses tingling. Pay attention to how that's suiting with your body, and then use your intuition and either release it, let it go, or just address it at the very least. But major blessings upon investigation with that. Take 3. If you are coming across this, this might be a spirit message for you. I want you to know, whatever you think you missed as either a chance or an opportunity, no, you didn't miss anything. And in fact, you are pretty lucky that this did not happen. We have the Hermit here. It feels like a letdown. Why? We're gonna get more in on it, but it's not a missed opportunity, trust me. What is this? What is this? Okay, not stable. Somebody who's out of control. And let's see. Something or somebody who cannot seem to get out of their own way. Somebody who is dealing with their own karma. That's fun. This might be somebody who has trouble with staying committed to either a cause or a situation. There's also what seems to be, for some of you, a legal battle, or dealing with somebody who's dealing with a legal battle. The stress in it, this is all, it's telling you not to dig into it, not be, God, what do I want to say in this? Don't stress yourself out in this. This is not your fight. It's not your battle. And it's not anything that you can rescue somebody or something from. It creates more karma for you. And the advice for this is don't jump into it. It's going to be a fight for you. If that turns into the case, well, if you throw yourself into it, it is now going to become your karma, and you are going to suffer. You are being pushed away from this and pushed out of this, so you don't suffer from this, so you don't create a karmic debt for yourself. There's no win around this except for you to step away from something or somebody who cannot seem to get out of their own way. It's not a missed opportunity. Trust me, you are very lucky in this. So it's time for you to actually start choosing yourself and sticking up for yourself, sticking to yourself, and the scale has to be balanced and not overcompensating for somebody else. You can't force somebody to do something. You have to do this for you.